Prominent, influential, profound English literary critic and author Thomas Carlyle said, "If there be no enemy, there is no fight. If no fight, no victory. And if no victory, there is no crown." Meaning, there actually always has to be hostility and animosity, not only in the society but also in the world in one way or another. Not because it's always good, virtuous, or valuable, but because there is always the overwhelming need for growth, significance, progress, and prosperity, and not only in the world but also in the individual life in one way or another. And without enmity, without enemy, there can be no fight and there can be no genuine competition for character, authenticity, morality, integrity, sovereignty, etc. If, for example, we have no enemies, then how are we going to demonstrate our abilities, confidence, character, talent, skills? Or who are we going to prove ourselves to if we just don't have any rivals or enemies of any kind, because we simply avoid social contact or again rivalries and competitions of all kinds? And that means, so we're again back on the table, and that is, if there is no enemy, if there is no enmity, then there can be no good, progress, prosperity, growth, learning, and light either, not only in the whole world, but also in the society as well as in the life of the individual man in one way or another. Enemies always have to be there because he is key component. He plays a significant role and an undeniable part not only in exposing and revealing us to ourselves as well as our weaknesses, shortcomings, insecurities, etc., but he also helps us achieve elevation and obviously obtain growth, prosperity, learning, even in the midst of life's pains, difficulties, challenges, conflicts, etc. And that means if there is no enemy, then there is no fight. Without enemy, there can be no fight, competition, or rivalry of any kind. And similarly, there can be no establishment of any character, morality, virtue, value, or superior authenticity of anyone. And if there is no fight, there can be no victory of any kind either, even if it concerns our character, personality, mindset, etc. And without a victory, there can be no crown. So if we are what we say we are, if we have sovereignty, authenticity, and individuality, and all the qualities and virtues about ourselves as well as in our character and actions, then we also have to be able to engage in competition and win successfully against enemies of one kind or another.